Welcome to This Explainer. Let's dive right in, because today we are unpacking some seriously eye-opening data that exposes a really hard truth. Why that basic employer life insurance you probably rely on right now is likely leaving your family dangerously exposed. If you're an Indian American professional, especially working in tech or medicine, this is math you absolutely cannot afford to skip. It is time we move way beyond standard corporate benefits and take a real look at what comprehensive, logic-based coverage actually takes.
So let me ask you, if something happened tomorrow, would your family be okay? I know it's a super heavy question, but we really have to ask it. You've navigated the visas, earned the advanced degrees, and crushed it in demanding careers to build a beautiful life here in the US. And most families just assume that because they have a generic policy through work, the answer to that question is yes. But honestly, that assumption is the exact thing putting your family's future at risk.
Section 1. The illusion of safety.
Think about the hidden fragility we face here. It really comes down to a stark contrast in our support systems. Back in India, you've got this massive built-in safety net, right? If a tragedy hits, your extended family network instantly steps in to help both emotionally and financially. But here in the US, it's a completely different reality. Your spouse could be left entirely alone in a foreign country, suddenly dealing with grief, massive administrative nightmares, and huge financial burdens without that local backup plan.
And the sheer scale of this vulnerability is staggering. 73% of families would struggle financially within literally just 3 months of losing a primary earner. Why? Well, because the bills just don't care about your circumstances. That $4,000 a month mortgage simply doesn't pause. Without your income, the college dreams, the private schools, all those opportunities you crossed oceans to provide, they can literally disappear overnight.
Section 2. The $3 million wake-up call. So, if you're a high-earning tech or medical professional, how long does your current savings actually last? The source material lays out what we call a logic-based $3 million wake-up call. Let's break it down. First, you need a $1 million mortgage payoff to instantly wipe out housing debt. Then, you're looking at about $1.5 million for income replacement. That covers roughly 10 years of your salary. Add in a $400,000 education fund for 2 kids and $100,000 for final expenses. When you actually add up what it takes to maintain your family's lifestyle, $3 million is the realistic baseline.
Okay, so we just established a logical need of $3 million. Yet, get this, the average policy for families typically sits at less than $500,000. That is a massive, incredibly dangerous deficit. If you're relying on that standard $500,000 employer policy, your family is literally left millions of dollars short of what they actually need to survive and stay in their home.
Section 3. Discovering the coverage gap.
To see how easily super smart, high earners fall into this trap, let's look at Dr. Priya Sharma, a local physician. She assumed her basic employer coverage was totally fine, but a professional review uncovered a massive $1.2 million gap. And here's the amazing part. By stepping beyond those standard corporate benefits and switching to a comprehensive, logic-based strategy, she actually doubled her protection while saving $180 a month. Proper protection isn't always about spending more. It's about optimization.
Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. What about my visa status? That's another massive hurdle people worry about. Rajesh Kumar, an IT manager on an H-1B visa, thought securing comprehensive life insurance would be incredibly complicated, maybe even impossible. But he was able to easily secure $1.5 million in approved coverage. The major takeaway here? Holding an H-1B, OCI, or NRI status absolutely does not prevent you from securing multi-million-dollar protection for your family.
Section 4. Logic-based protection strategies.
Look, there is no one-size-fits-all approach here. You need different tools for different stages of life. Term life insurance is your straightforward, affordable protection that is absolutely ideal for those critical mortgage years. Then you have indexed universal life, or IUL, which combines lifelong coverage with cash value accumulation, so you can actually build tax-advantage wealth. And whole life insurance, that offers permanent protection that never expires, locking in rates for a permanent legacy. It's all about matching the exact right tool to your logic-based needs.
Section 5. 4 steps to security.
The source material makes it really clear that having the right advisor changes everything. They highlight Ravi Paladugu. As an immigrant himself, he deeply understands what's at stake for Indian families in the U.S. Being fluent in both English and Telugu totally removes language barriers. And with over 15 years of experience placing more than $50 million in coverage, he actually understands the crazy intricacies of H-1B and OCI situations. You need a culturally competent guide, not just generic advice.
So, what is the recommended path forward? It's a really simple 4-step process. Step 1, you just book a free 15-minute call with zero commitment. Step 2 happens right on that call, identifying your specific protection gap. Step 3 is receiving a custom plan that's actually tailored to your real income and mortgage. And Step 4, getting your coverage approved fast. We're talking usually within 3 to 7 days, and often without even needing a medical exam.
So, I'll leave you with this. Are you leaving your family's future to chance? You've already done the hardest part. You've built a phenomenal career and achieved the American dream for your family. Taking 15 minutes to logically identify your coverage game could easily be the most important decision you ever make. Seriously, don't wait until it's too late to find out your employer policy wasn't enough. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and never stop protecting what matters most.